Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. It's good to see you all. When I mean you all, it could be very well be one person or two, and that's okay. But I guess I am here to not necessarily do this for you, so to speak, but this can help me kind of get a lot of things off my chest. And while I work through my personal battles or issues, this could help motivate or encourage others who are feeling disparaged or discouraged, so to speak, in their own journeys, right? So I talk a lot about, the come up. I mean, I've been speaking about that for years now. I want to say since I would say since the early 2010, maybe 11. Honestly, probably since, around the time that J. Cole dropped that mixtape, the warm up and the come up, I was kind of aware of just the process of getting to where you want to be in life or exceeding in life or having that mindset that you should fall in love with the hardships and the rainy days, or being able to adapt to the rainy days. And that's how the, I guess, sunny days happen, or that's when things go good for you, or that's whenever you're on top and you start to receive all of those all of the notoriety, or all of the good things that are happening to you in life when things just start, I don't know, the stars align, or it might be your special day, or this just might be your period in time when they say strike when the iron's hot. It's like, well, okay, when it's hot, you're popping, but what about when it's not? What about what leads up to striking that iron when it's hot? So I've been speaking about this for a little while, and for me, to be very brief, some people have looked at my writings or some of the creative work that I put out, or that I have put out in the past, as far as whitecollargoon.wordpress.com, and it details a lot of my stories, personal stories. But as of recent, I've been here. Here is Hampton Roads, Chesapeake, Virginia, i.e. my parents' home, i.e. where I was raised, for a little while now. It's been over 2 years, and prior to that, I was a little bit everywhere, and I've been diligently trying or attempting to find my career path, my purpose, find a way to, present me with the opportunity to do what I love, do what I'm passionate about. I'm still figuring that out, of course. And, travel. I am keen on traveling. I am keen on meeting new people, engaging and interfacing with the masses, whether it's the youth, children, whether it's the more mature and seasoned individuals, whether it's just my homeboys and people who are close to my age, and then of course, even more particularly, women, people of the opposite sex. And I definitely enjoy hearing what they have to say, learning from their perspective, being empathetic and putting myself in their shoes, and really trying to understand their cognitive framework and how they go about things and how they make decisions, their decision making process, and their cognitive behaviors and their behavioral patterns. To me, that interests me a lot. But I've been applying for different jobs, and last week or a few days ago, I finally got a call. Well, a few weeks ago, I finally got a call to apply for a flight attendant position. Of course, I told you I love to travel, I like to work with people, so I feel like that would be a conducive job to me and to people around me. So I flew out to Houston on my own dime because this company didn't have relationships with the affiliate or the main commercial carriers that we know of. We won't mention them, but anything that you can find as far as on a website or whenever you go to your local airport, those airlines didn't have that my airline that I applied for didn't have a relationship with any of those. So when I was asking for a buddy pass, or if there was some type of way that I could be brought out to Houston, Texas for a reduced price, or for, I'm looking for free. Nothing in this world is for free, of course, but that wasn't happening. So I forked out $500 to fly to Houston to apply for this job, to stay in a hotel for 2 nights, fly back. Prior to that, 2 weeks ago, or not even a full 2 weeks ago, I was in Miami to take part in a celebratory event for my fraternity brother's wedding, and that was lit. But needless to say, I work part-time, like minimum wage, so $8 an hour type of thing. So that's not really like the money that I'm throwing around. I'm not too bossed up. I'm not too like I'm no Carl Icahn out here. So like I don't have money just to frivolously throw about. But I made the conscious decision to go out there because we all know the saying, scared money doesn't make money. So I went to Houston to apply for this job, and long story short, I didn't get it. And I'm back home, and I kind of felt confident, not overly confident, because I've shot myself in the foot many a times doing that, feeling like I had I had a good job, or I had something going, or in an interview I feel like I covered all the bases and I presented myself in a favorable or becoming manner, and it didn't go down. So going into this job, I wanted to be humble, I wanted to be open, and I wanted to be honest. Ray Dalio talks about being radically open and radically transparent, and I'm unapologetically myself, so much to a point that I don't know how to be anything other than radically transparent. So it didn't go the way that I wanted it to. And I found out this information yesterday whilst having supper with my parents. And, it just hit me that's like, damn, man, like, shit just can't be easy for me. Or, like, and I don't want to make this personal, even though this is my fucking page. But, I mean, things just don't come easy. Like, I've been applying for jobs for years. And the only job that contacted me was, this job that stunned it on me. And whenever I applied for a position at Delta, like I got stunned on, and I'm not putting it on them. Maybe I don't interview that well, maybe I'm not what they're looking for, maybe that's exactly what it is. Maybe I'm not what they're looking for. But it's like you have to face so many L's. Like you have to be defeated so many times for you to push through and persevere until you really find what you're truly like meant to be doing. And like there are other opportunities. I'm still applying for work, but like I wanted to make this video for the individual who feels like he's throwing things at the wall and it's just not sticking. Like and you're doing this on a consistent basis. You're constantly knocking on doors, or you're applying, or you might be looking for that specific relationship, or just a relationship in general, and every guy that you meet as a young woman isn't what you're looking for, or every young woman that you meet, if you're a guy, isn't what you thought they were going to be, and it didn't work out. And I feel like, you know, good things in this world don't necessarily come too easy. Not to say if, you might just have a good day and things happen for you, you should be skeptical of it every time. I mean, I'm a bit that way. I can be a bit cynical, but just because so much of my life has been, hard. I mean, things don't come that easy. The women who I've met in my past, who I've had, I guess, a sustainable relationship, honestly made me work for it. Like it just didn't come that easy, and for the jobs that, that I've had, sometimes I feel like, wow, like this opportunity just landed in my lap, and just that quickly that it came, that's how quickly it can go away too. So I think it's just about falling in love with, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, because you just got to put yourself out there, continue putting yourself out there. Who knows what the future may hold? Maybe like being a flight attendant isn't going to happen for me. And not to say like that's my dream job. I feel like that would just be a good job for me to travel and see the world, right? And meet people. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that I was going to be around a fair amount of women, which is something that I enjoy. So like these types of things are what interest me, of course. But I don't know, like it just hasn't been that way, it just hasn't worked out that way. And I guess it's life, it's life. But find that silver lining, because there's gonna come a time whereby you're gonna be put on that platform to really tell your story and really like inspire others. And people want to hear the people want